Because I'm not even sure why the last stream went down. It said I had like audio, copyrighted audio, but I don't have any audio coming through my system on my computer. I don't understand it. Alright, well. Okay. So let's see if that's even findable. Let's see here. Okay. Looks good. Okay. There we go. Okay. Okie doke. Yeah, so this lineup, I mean, yeah, I guess Gomez is injured, so Schneiderlin's got to play. I mean, that's just how it is, right? There's no JP. Tom Davis can only get on the bench. I got to have somebody in there to hold, to defend, screen the front four, so. And then Dominic Calvert-Lewin up top. Actually, how is the sound here? Okay. Yeah, Dominic Calvert-Lewin up top. Okay, what's going on? Yeah, just talking about how Gomez either broken rib, apparently bruised rib, something in training. I'd assume bruised rib. No, like I don't know what happened. I had it scheduled to start at 7:35 because I had some things to do beforehand. It's supposed to be on, well, my time, 1 p.m. British Standard Time, but had some weird stuff happen. And when it was about 1 minute before going live, I hit go live, and it said there's like copyrighted audio in my video, but I don't play any audio. I only have my microphone in feed and my video camera, so I'm not really too sure why it said that, so I had to restart the whole stream. But yeah, so I was just talking about, and then Gomez situation. So okay, cool. Schneiderlin's got to play. There's nobody else that can really do that. But then Dominic Calvert-Lewin up top. We'll see, right? We'll see how that goes. I mean, he'll probably do what he just does. Yeah, no, I'm not really sure why it didn't play. It was weird. Hey, so it's on Sky Sports over in the UK, right? So who they got doing punditry for that today? Sunez in there at all? Because I'm watching on NBC over here, so I just get the regular American crowd of people. I might be Robbie Mustoe and that one American dude and the female presenter. I forget all their names. I don't really care, but what are you thinking about Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Ant? Gonna score today? Yeah. Well, some people in the what's going on, Owen? No, I don't think he should be starting, but I don't know if the Gomez injury had anything to do with him starting. But it might just be that Moise Ken played, internationals. He played um, against Wolves, played against, maybe it's just taking him out the firing line for a little bit. I don't see why you'd do that, or maybe to keep Dominic Calvert-Lewin happy. But I don't think Silva's one of those types of players that, managers actually gives a toss about if players are happy or if they're not. Tosin before Calvert-Lewin, I don't see why not. He bagged goals for Turkey, came on against Lincoln and did a decent job for us there. Yeah, that's really the starting 11. Gomez is out with a rib injury, apparently, either bruised rib or broken rib. Let me just check that I got the right one up there. Pretty sure I do. Yeah, Calvert-Lewin up top, Schneiderlin in the middle, no Gomez, no Moise Ken. Ken's on the bench, obviously. And, rest of the team picks itself, but no, that's it. Walcott, Davis, Bernard, Stiebe, Keane, Holgate, and Stecklenburg on the bench. Yep, that's the one. But I do have my coffee mixed in with my breakfast powder. Personally, I would have started Davis over Schneiderlin. Oh, and I've lived in the United States now for 21 years, and I lived in England, in Derbyshire, for 14 years, so you could say that I am an American, but no, I'm still a British citizen. I'm not an American citizen. I've just picked up the accent and picked up the mannerisms of the United States of America, but no, technically I'm still a British citizen, still have a British passport and all that stuff, so... But no, it is really early. It is really early every morning, and I really like to watch my football. So yesterday, Liverpool with the early game. That game kicked off at 6:30 a.m. Our time over here. Well, I mean, if you go anywhere for 21 years, it's gonna happen. So yeah, even if I don't like watching Liverpool, I know they're gonna win, but I just really enjoy my footy. So even if Liverpool were the shittiest team in the Premier League, I'd still wake up and watch the early game. So yesterday I woke up at 5:30 a.m. on the weekend to watch Liverpool play versus Newcastle. That's how much I love my football. So yeah, it's always early morning. It's always early to bed when the weekend gets here. Yeah, so we've got coffee here with my breakfast blend in there, all the vitamins and minerals and all that I probably need. Oh yeah. Oh, and I used to go to Everton games semi regularly. I don't remember too much. All I know is the first one I ever went to was Everton versus Swindon Town at Goodison Park, and I tell this story every stream pretty much. But yeah, I've been to Goodison when I lived over there probably 15 to 20 times. Because once I became a supporter, because my dad was always a Swindon Town supporter, so it wasn't always the most exciting places to go to away games. Because, like I say, we lived in Derbyshire, so when Swindon were kind of, when they were in the Premier League, when they were in the old Division 1 or whatever it was, we could go see decent teams play against Swindon Town. But then once my dad realised that I was an Everton supporter, we'd go to Everton away games mostly around the Midwest or around that area of England when we could. So, but no, I've been to Goodison numerous times. but I haven't been for a while. Last time I actually saw Everton play was when they were in the States with Martinez, and but that was before I, really appreciated what I mean, I've always been an Everton supporter, always supported the Blues, but with the internet back then, I didn't know where to find Everton content behind it. All I would do is watch it on the weekend, analyze the games, and then I would, cut myself off for a week. And then when the weekend came around, I'd get hyped for the Everton game and just watch that. But now there's Twitter, there's, all this other stuff. There's the Reddit pages, there's, fan channels. So you get to know the ins and outs, and you pay attention to transfers, you pay attention to player form, you have your opinion, you start your own YouTube channel based for Everton. So, I haven't done any of that before, but here we are. It might have been, yeah, the season we came fifth, I believe so, yeah. But yeah, but now that I've got into making videos and paying attention to lots of Everton content, they've been to where they went to Tanzania 2 seasons ago, going around Europe for pre-season Opel Cup stuff, but that's all part of the Everton branding marketing department. It's not really doing that great of a job, right? Because Crystal Palace came to the States this year, and all these other teams. And over here, I have two options basically. There's the NBC Sports Gold website / app that they have here, and that's $60 a year to watch that, and it's basically every game that's not on the other channel that I'm subscribed to, which is Fubo.tv, and that's basically just NBC Sports channel. So for let's see, 60. So for about $60, or however you want to convert that, maybe 45. Let's say £50. For £50 a month, I get every single Premier League game. I also get every single Europa League game, every single Champions League game. So it's worth it. And it's all in 4K HD and everything like that. So. Yep, $50 for the lot. And I'm talking and replays of everything, on demand, everything like that, just for 50 quid a month. So you add that up, and I really do watch there's barely a weekend that I don't watch all 10 Premier League games. Let's say I watch 40 games of Premier League a month. When the Champions League starts, I probably watch 10 to 15 Champions League games per round. So if there's 2 rounds per month, that's 30. So 70 4K HD football games a month for 50. So that's less than £1 a game. I'm winning, right? I'm winning. Jeff is in the house. Jeff's in the house. Owen's in the house. Ant's in the house. Andre Gomez is not in the house, though, and neither is Moise Ken. Yeah, see, and I'll get to watch that. But I mean, I always have to watch that when I get off, because most of the games start about 2 in the afternoon over here in the United States. So I always have to turn all of my football apps off, Sky Sports apps off, everything off, Instagram off, because I don't want any spoilers while I'm working. So I get home 3 hours after that once the game's over. So if it's a game I really want to see, I have to avoid all social media and all notifications on all my phones, because I don't want to have it ruined. I'll still enjoy the game. Like if I wanted to watch PSG versus Real Madrid, I could watch it just for shits and giggles, right? But if I already know the score, it takes all the excitement and the hype out of it. Bournemouth's lineup. Oh, they got Diego Rico starting. Okay. So that Malcolm guy. Solanke's starting over Wilson. Josh King. Okay, well, that's not the lineup. So I guess a lot of people got the lineups wrong for both teams. And Callum Wilson and Josh King, that was expected. But Ryan Fraser on the bench, Memphis on the bench, Lerma on the bench. Okay, well. Pep Guardiola. I've never seen that before, but that is pretty funny, Pep. Sorry about Norwich yesterday. Sorry that they turned you over because you're. I don't know what happened yesterday, Pep. I don't really know what to tell you. It was kind of shocking and embarrassing for you, but oh well. Are you actually a City fan, though, Pep? Okay, well, no, that's fine. Nothing wrong with being a City supporter, obviously. But you just a Pep hater. It just seems an awful lot of commitment to put into a handle for YouTube if you're not totally anti-Pep. I don't know if you like talked your mom or something way back in the day, but oh, Arsenal supporter. We love our. I mean, I don't have any problems with Arsenal supporters. I think they've been getting the raw end of the stick for a while. After the whole Wenger thing, and always getting forward players. But no, I think they've got a decent team this season. Defensively, you got so many defenders, obviously, but a little bit suspect at the back. But going forward, all three of your forward line would probably get in our team. Maybe I don't think Richarlison. I think he could play in there, but obviously Lacazette, Aubameyang, Nicolas Pepe. That's goals. Yeah, that's the thing in like Pep. That's one thing I always have an issue with managers too. Is you know, but he wins trophies and always has. Okay, do I have everything that's situated? Because the players are in the tunnel. Seamus is putting on his serious face. Um, so it always seems that the goalkeepers are having the best time when everyone's lining up. Everyone else looks kind of serious, but Pickford and Ramsdale just having a little bit of banter back and forth, enjoying it. I don't know if anybody has watched the video, but yeah, yesterday we had my predicted game lineup on PES 2020, which said there will be more content coming for PES 2020 if you like. I just got to get the settings. Oh, come on, Pep. You're not going to get turned over by Watford. There's no way. I mean, we beat Watford and had a really, really shitty set of stats, like 100 to 150 less passes at home. That game versus Watford, possession was shit for us, but we still pulled it off. I mean, then they've got turned over by a lot of teams this season. Watford were lucky to get a jammy opening goal against Newcastle in that opening minute. So, Watford are gash. I don't care that Gretzi is gone and Kike Flores has come in. They're a banter club. Well, I mean, if Xhaka plays, I know a lot of people like, your man Troops and your man DT and all that and Claude. Everyone likes to slag Xhaka off, but besides the mistakes that he makes, which everyone makes, I don't think he's that bad of a player. But I wouldn't have him on my Everton team, obviously. But Okay, yeah, it's countdown time. It's countdown time. It's countdown time. Oh no, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that Jack is not shit. I'm just saying that. What am I saying? I always think players are a lot less shit when they don't play for us. I look at everything kind of like, oh well, maybe he's just not playing in the right team. Maybe he's just not playing in the right formation. But there has to be something in training, right? It's just like when you see like Marcus Rashford playing for Manchester United, or you see Jesse Lingard play for Manchester United, or you see other players that the manager picks, and like it was Xhaka. Xhaka's given the captaincy. Like they should have just. They see something in practice. I don't know if he brings like a certain. It has to be something, right? Because you don't start in the middle of the park for Arsenal Football Club and get the captain's armband if the manager thinks you're shit and everyone else thinks you're shit. So why do these players start and even get the captain's armband? Yeah, but I agree with Jeff what he's saying to Pep here. It just seems that we were trying to that Ajax was trying to tax us quite heavily for the players that we wanted from them. Neres obviously he signed a new deal, but they wanted that much for him, 50 million for Ziyech, however you say his name. Oh, don't worry, Jeff. Don't worry. Oh yeah, no, I think a lot of those players from Ajax, besides De Ligt and Van der Beek, or Van der Beek, Van der Beek, De Ligt, and the other guy that went to Barcelona, pretty decent. But all right, here we go. No more talk about Xhaka. No more talk about Arsenal. No more talk about anything. Let's get into this game. There's my man, Luca Dean. Oh, I'm getting a little nervous now. Getting a little nervous for you guys. Just a heads up, guys. Seeing as I am in the United States of America, my stream might be a little bit behind. UK radios might be behind Sky Sports. So if we score, just don't put it right in chat. Please hold on for like 5-10 seconds so I don't see what's happening before I get to experience the full emotion that you guys get to experience. Okay, we're on and we're off. Hoofing it up top. This camera work already is shite for this stream. It looks like a super zoomed in condensed version of Pez. Oh, we're passing it around quick. Oh, look. Schneiderlin trying to play a forward pass and it's literally overhit by 50 yards. With 10 times as much speed and it needed on there. But oh no, this I want to zoom out. Is it just because the Vitality Stadium? Right? I told you, Pep. I was just talking about that camera angle. It's shite. I don't know if it's because the Vitality isn't a very big stadium, and that's how it has to be in the gantry. But it's gash. Like, I want to sit back in my chair and, like, I think I'm way too zoomed in here. That's better, okay. Yeah, I need to fix this. Everything's just zoomed in way too much. So I'll just sit back here, I guess. Yeah, so far Bournemouth are just kind of passing it around, maintaining possession, but they're not really going too far with it. De La Reu, it's Gerard De La Feu. Come on, man, don't disrespect De Fefe like that. Yeah, no, I mean, they got Capoue in there. I don't know if Decore is playing. I don't know if he's injured. Watford, on paper, have a pretty decent team. Just defensively, they're shocking, and going forward, they're just not clicking. So that's what you get. That's how you get bottom of the league with like 1 point, right? Well, that's like 2 forward passes that Schneiderlin's made so far today. He must be feeling good. Charleston down the outside to Coleman. Coleman pulled all the way back, but Billings there to take care. Oh, intercepted by Richarlison. Richarlison, Iwobi, goes out for a corner kick. All right, let's get this whipped in. How about have a little vape? Everybody here today. Alex Iwobi. Alex Iwobi. I really like Alex Iwobi. How about that, Pep? You happy or sad or not bothered that Alex Iwobi left? I thought he was going to have a breakout season for Arsenal after what he's done the past couple of seasons. I thought he was due to step up. I mean, I think you guys, got a little bit above market value for what he was worth, but I've actually heard some Arsenal supporters, at least that I know over here in the States, and they're not always the most how do you want to say it, involved in their soccer in their footy, because they just kind of read off ESPN, which isn't known for their great stats on football in general. Just look at their show, with Steve Nicol and Shaka Hislop, Craig Burley, and all the pundits they have on there. They don't really know anything. There's a bunch of run your mouth pundits, but then again, most of them are. But they're saying, Zaha didn't want to come to Everton, so we just panicked and bought Iwobi. And people don't realise that Iwobi was already agreed to personal terms with the player. Oh, hold on a second, Richarlison plays it off. Sigurdsson's got a little bit of space. Siggy running to the outside. Oh, crosses it in. Oh, it looked like a cross, but it was saved by Ramsdale. So, yeah. But, and so all the Arsenal supporters were trying to play it off like we panicked and paid way over the market value for Iwobi, but they don't realise that was already pretty much taken care of. The fee just needed to be agreed to, and yet it came down to the last day because of other things that were going on. Pepper Red! Pepper Red's in the house. 3-1 to the Reds yesterday. Conceded an early goal, but came flying back. Again, we'll just say that Bobby Firmino is a class player. I don't mind admitting that. Iwobi crosses it in. Yeah, let's not have too much banter between Pepper Red and everybody else. He is welcome here. Everybody's welcome here. Maybe I could be a little more selective, a little more discretionary about who I let into my chat. But right now we're sitting on 11 viewers and 2 likes, so I'm not gonna force anybody away. Pushing in the box. Who's pushing? Who's pushing and shoving? We don't need any of that. But yeah, everyone's welcome until my channel gets super big, which it never will, and I'll get super selective about the people that come in here. But no, everyone's welcome. This is more of a football channel that just happens to be presented to somebody in an Everton hat, an Everton shirt, and to a full Evertonian. But we can talk about anything here. Liam Crilly, what's going on? Oh, 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 oh. Oh, Everton! You talking about Everton ladies? Terry Nash, welcome by the way. I haven't seen Liam Crillian here before, and I haven't seen Terry Nash. Welcome to both of you. Hope you're enjoying your day wherever in the world you are. Welcome to the channel. I've got a couple of regulars in here today. Everton FC is the best. Jeff. Oh, we've got two Reds in here today. Liam and Pepper. That's fine with me. You know, just keep it civilized. You know, most of the time, I understand that we all love our clubs. We all think our clubs are the best. We all think our players are the best. But as long as we can have a discussion, a grown-up adult discussion without name calling and all that stuff, you know, we should be good. If you can present your argument forcefully and back it up with stats, we'll always listen to what you have to say. Oh, who's that trying the overhead kick? Solanke. Insanity ZZ, welcome. Toshin should be starting over DLC. I don't know, right? I think that Tosin is better when he's got somebody playing around him, right? Like, you have to probably play like a 4-4-2 or a 4-4-1-1. So if we played, say, Tosin up top, have like Bernard or Iwobi or maybe even Charleston playing close to me. I need somebody to play close to him because he's not mobile enough and not fast enough to work the line himself. So, you know, it's really difficult to fit Cenk Tosin into this side. You could tell he was a Sam Allardyce signing, but it's tough. It's tough because we've got three different forwards that play three completely different ways. Dominic Calvert-Lewin obviously hold up play, running the channels, putting in all the gritty, grindy work, but end product is suspect at best. Cenk Tosin doesn't really hold the ball up that well. Not that mobile, not that quick, but when he gets in the box, he's very good at, like we saw against Lincoln, getting in the right spots to set up other players. He's a clinical finisher. We see that when he plays for Turkey. And then you've got Moise Kean, who can hold the ball up decently, but can turn his man, can face him up, can a little bit of trickery, always running in behind, getting into the channels, but he's a little raw and a little wild in his approach to the game. So yeah, I said 2-0 too, or maybe 2-1. I see him getting a jammy penalty at some point, but yeah. But so far it's been pretty scrappy. No one's really keeping hold of possession that well. If you guys are new and you feel like giving out a pity subscription, or you feel like giving out a pity like to the video, that's always welcomed and appreciated. And I'm not expecting you to watch and be here every week, but Liam, yes, I do a fantasy Premier League team. It's not doing too bad. I think I was ranked 100,000 at the end of yesterday. Some of those results just, they were strange yesterday. Especially seeing as you boys had to go and give up a goal early on to Newcastle. I have Trent Alexander-Arnold and Robertson in my team, as well as Mo Salah. I've got 3 Liverpool. They're doing decent for me. Captains. I captained Sterling because I thought he was going to have a better game than Mo Salah. But, but other than that, oh yeah, I have Digne too. Literally the first after when I did fantasy Premier League, it was Sterling, Salah, Digne. The first three players in there. Okay, Bournemouth got a free kick. Looks about 25, 30 yards out. Harry Wilson trying his luck. Another red out there, right? Got Solanke out there today. Got Harry Wilson out there today. Or is Harry Wilson? Yeah, was Harry Wilson a Chelsea? No, Harry Wilson's definitely a Liverpool lad, right? Shows how much I know and pay attention to reserve players. Yeah, the road to 1,000 subs. Yeah, it's going to be a long, grindy road. But just take it week by week, day by day. Trying to put content out, trying to get the PES content sorted out when it comes to Everton. Trying to get videos out more regularly, but with the regular life grind and the time disparities and all that. Because like I said, I'm not trying to do this for a living. I'm not trying to do this to make money or to get my name out there. Just doing it because I need something to do with my time on a Saturday instead of sitting here and yelling at the TV screen by myself. Because I've tried to find people in the city and town that I live in that actually. I live in Iowa, so if you want to go type in Des Moines, Iowa, DESMOINES, Iowa in the United States of America. You can see that I'm in the middle of absolutely nowhere. And I know there's some blues in town, but there's no bars or pubs or restaurants or anything that are open at 8 a.m. And they're never showing Premier League football anyway, so it's usually just me and the dogs watching. Oh, good ball in by Keane. By Iwobi. And that's what I like about Iwobi. He plays a ball and he doesn't just stand there and admire it. A lot of players, not specifically for us, that's a decent challenge by Schneiderlin too. That's what Schneiderlin does. Cleans up. But no, Iwobi passes quickly, is decisive in what he's going to do, and then he follows the ball, he follows his pass. Right now it is 8:15 a.m. in the United States of America. So like I said, there's no way that I can watch it with anybody. So, I first ran across you probably guys all know who Mark Goldbridge is, United Stand. And I saw him doing a watch-along one time. And I was like, what is a watch-along? And I was like, whoa, that's a pretty strange concept of just talking and watching a game. But some people enjoy it, some people don't. But I do, and I've got some great not members yet, because I have my 1,000 subs. I don't have my 240 watch time hours in yet, but subscribers, just came across someone's. So we got Jeff in here. Natty Co's usually here. Got Ant. Everton FC is the best. All that. Upper 90 Studios, huh? Yeah, I shouldn't use that term, best, but or better or that. But there's bigger ones out there that are more recognized. Some of them, everyone has decent content, but it all depends on how much time you have to dedicate to it and how much you just want to do it. Like I said, this just came out because I was sitting here watching it and didn't really have anything. I used to join an Everton Discord channel, but the interaction on that's not the best. So I just do this. And unless you've tried this before, sitting up here talking and engaging with people and streaming, it's not, I won't say it's taxing. That makes it sound like, I was sitting in a chair talking and watching something, taxing it. But definitely gets the synapses working up here. But yeah, nothing really too exciting to talk about in this game yet. Bournemouth just kind of passing it around willy-nilly, and then we win possession back. Oh, we just win possession back there. Oh, Calvert-Lewin's through. Calvert-Lewin's through. Oh, Ramsdale fast, quick off his line. Not going to fault Dominic Calvert-Lewin for that. Oh no, I'm not going to get disheartened. Trust me, I'm not. I'm not the type of person. Because like I said, if I was in this to try and hype myself and try and promote myself all over the place, I would, I'd have more of a presence on. I'd be forcing myself down the throat. Oh, through ball, through ball. Solanke chips it in. That's nothing. Um, I'd be all over Twitter trying to promote myself. I'd be all over Instagram trying to promote myself. But like I said, I just do this for people that like to listen to me talk, people that like to engage in chat. Like I said, main reason I got into watching stuff on like watch-alongs with like the United Stand and all that, because there's people that couldn't go to the game. Goldbridge can't really go to the game most of the time. Oh, Richarlison just off the bar. I don't know if that was off the bar or off the upright behind the goal, but Richie playing in the seat, that's. Oh yeah, no, that was woo. Oh, that had some dip on it, baby. That had some dip on it. But that's what I like to see. Winning possession high up the pitch. Yeah, everyone sings the Richarlison song. But yeah, I like the interchange that's going on at the top there. Iwobi's been picking up space in the middle. Richarlison just found space in the middle. So it looks like we're trying to rotate our front four around and get everyone into different positions moving. Because right now we've got Iwobi in the middle with Sigurdsson. Dominic Calvert-Lewin coming deep to pick it up. And now it's with Richarlison on the left-hand side. So it looks like we got see Richarlison and Iwobi are on the left-hand side right now. And so it's, yeah, we're trying a nice fluid front line, which I really like. Yeah. No, I appreciate that for people saying I'm doing a great thing. I'm just doing something that makes my enjoyment of Everton Football Club better, because sometimes you can watch channels, or you watch, it doesn't matter if I'm watching if I'm watching Arsenal Fan TV, or I'm watching United Stand, or I'm watching oozing expressions for the Tottenham stuff. Like there's something to be said for people that don't really get to vent their frustration, or enjoy a victory, or enjoy good news or good things happening at a club, because it might not be presented to them in the right way, or they might not, there's people, besides just going into the comment section and saying, I agree with that statement, that sounds great, give me some likes, give me some karma, give me some whatever. I like to try and give people an avenue for oh, come on. Okay, story time for Liam Crilly. So we're gonna go back to the 1993-1994 Premier League season. Oh, hold on a second. Josh King on the left side plays it back. Solanke, good save by Pickford. Good save by Pickford. That needs to be closed down faster, but a decent attempt. Yeah, Seamus nowhere close. He's back talking. You can't stand off that much. But right down the center of the goal, easy save for Pickford. But what drew me to Everton? No, 1993-1994 Premier League season. Swindon Town were in the Premier League, or the Barclays, or whatever it was called back then. I don't remember what it was called in 1993. My dad, huge Swindon Town supporter. I grew up in Swindon. Was born in Princess Margaret Hospital in downtown Swindon. And we used to go to a lot of Swindon away games back in the day. Because we moved to Derbyshire from Swindon, so we went to a lot of. Goal, Bournemouth. Callum Wilson. Absolutely shocking defending. It's a good delivery. But Solanke gets up first. And again, see, this is the problem. I mean, I'll get to the rest of the cycling. This is the problem. It's flicked on. Dominic Calvert-Lewin nowhere at the back post. VAR. We might have some VAR here. Oh no, of course, there's no VAR that goes for us. So this is where we wait for VAR, right? Let's see. Oh, sorry, I picked my nose on stream. That's not good. Let's see how this goes. VAR. Oh, we're checking the goal. It looks like it could have hit the arm too. Surely that's a handball. Goal's been given, of course it has. Okay, so 1-0 to Bournemouth. Shocking defending, comes all the way through. No one's on the near post, gets flicked on by Solanke. Wilson comes in at the back post. And Everton, as always, don't win the first ball. Don't win the rebound. Okay. 1 second, I have to blow my nose. Yeah, I mean, of course it's handball. That's the thing, right? They've already messed up 4 different decisions this season. Clear decision with VAR. We're never going to get a VAR decision in our favour. Because there was 2 things to check for there. Offside and for handball, and nothing. So I'll wake up tomorrow morning, or you guys will wake up tomorrow morning and be like, oh, ref watch with Paul Dermott or whoever the F it is. And then all of a sudden, bam. Oh, look, they made a mistake. Okay, so now we got to come back from behind. Here's the issue, though, right? If we don't score within the next 20 minutes, we don't score another goal in the next 20 minutes, we haven't come behind to win a game of football in 39 previous games. Oh, I know. I was just saying that, Jeff. Your comment popped up right when I was saying that. But yeah, just to finish the story though, 1993-94, when Swindon were coming up through the leagues, me and my dad were going to, we were going to Rochdale away, we were going to Hull away, we were going to Torquay away, like, not the greatest grounds, not the greatest anythings. Coleman putting it there, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, can't get there first. But then they got into the Premier League, so we started going to Manchester United away. We started going to Tottenham away. We started going to Leeds away. We started going to, all these good things away. And eventually we went to Goodison Park, and Swindon were decent that day. And that's when I just decided I liked Everton. Because I've been to a lot of grounds, I've seen a lot of teams play, so the atmosphere, the fact that my dad really disliked Everton that day because he thought that the town had a chance of winning, all that stuff. I would have to double check with my dad at some point if we've been to Tranmere. I mean, we went all over the place. I mean, in 1993, 94, I was probably 9 or 10 years old, so we'd been going to games since I was like 5. So I Richarlison into the box. No. So yeah, we need to get on top of this now. I'm not from Birkenhead, so it's not me, Ant. Oh, yeah, of course that's a foul. Josh King just completely clattered by Coleman. And Everton have quite a few fan channels, to be honest with you. There's Toffee TV. There's I think it's the Mighty Blues or the Toffee Blues. There's Michael D. Network. There's lots of them. I'm just a guy that gets up here and just talks and talks about a lot of different things, engages with the audience. I mean, I'm not a complete content creator by any stretch of the imagination. I basically do watch-alongs for Evertonians that don't like to listen on the radio, or don't like to listen to the commentary on Sky Sports or the streams that they watch. So we just get in here and watch the Blues play. I occasionally put videos out, but like I said, this isn't what I want to do for a living. Man, Harry Wilson just putting everything into the wall today. Hey, thanks a lot, Liam. I appreciate that. Yeah, anybody that's here, if you're enjoying the content, if you're enjoying the conversations that we're having, or that you guys are having amongst yourselves, if any part of this has been worth your time, if you've met a new internet friend today, or connected with anybody on any level, give us a like, give us a subscribe. I appreciate it. Oh, I need to up my least favorite thing to do is to update the scores, but we have to do it right here. That's a 1. I don't like doing this. And then who? Let's see here. Okay, yeah. Okay, Richarlison out to Luca Dean. Luca, you got plenty of time to put this ball in. It's a good ball in, but it's not high enough. It's not high enough. Oh, jeez, no, that's not what we want. What is that? Yeah, I did not set this up very well today, did I? I did not set this up very well at all. It's always things you forget to do when you're streaming. Always things. But yep, 1-0. 1-0 to the Cherries. Anyways, back to this. Okay, everything's sorted there. Well, it's so zoomed in again. The camera work today has been exceptionally in your face, if you want to say that. What do we got here? Oh, thanks for the subscription, Anuj. Thank you for the subscription, Liam Crilly. I appreciate that. I'm getting updates on my phone, even though I should be getting updates on my dashboard. But anyway, I appreciate that. Every little helps. Yeah, Marco doesn't look happy today. God, Marco's got such a big watch, though. How can anybody wear a really big watch like that? I don't understand. It's like putting my vape on my wrist. Like it almost looks like that. Digne hooking it forward. Dominic Calvert-Lewin can't make it stick. Goes out of play. Okay, we got 10 minutes to score before halftime, else we need to do something we haven't done in like any game under Marco Silva, and that's come from behind. If you don't do manual labor, I guess it's a status symbol and all that. I just think it'd be janky and just be clumsy to have a big watch like that. But if you've got the cash, you might as well buy the bling, right? But yeah, like I said, if we don't score in 10 minutes, there's probably no chance of us coming back. Or, it's going to take breaking a record that's lasted like 39 games of coming back and winning a game from behind after being behind at halftime. Oh, Luca just skips past. Luca D getting it in. Richarlison. Oh, it's wide. That's a big chance for Richarlison, though. It's a big chance. Great interplay by Iwobi and Digne down the left-hand side. But yeah, he was under a lot of pressure. Oh yeah, no, definitely catching on stuff. That's what I was talking about. Like I'd be walking through the house, it'd be getting caught on everything. Oh, giving away. Oh, come on. This is Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Absolute tosspot. Come on. I don't mean to be negative, but like we win the ball high up the pitch. Sigurdsson, beautiful ball in, but Dominic Calvert-Lewin has to take a touch, and then he goes down really slowly, gets back up. Him and Sigurdsson just getting a complete kerfuffle, and he just skies it over the bar. Disappointing. But positive. Let's be positive, everybody. Let's not be negative Nellies here. Okay, let's not get too into the banter. Guys, don't want anybody to be offended or to feel that they're not welcome here. But obviously, the dislike between Everton supporters and Liverpool supporters, I understand it. Trust me, I do. I just don't want the environment to get toxic at any point in time. Yeah, that's right, Jeff. That's right. Oh, strong challenge by Delph there. You're not going to book him too, are you? Just conversation, little conversation. What Meadows did you? Yeah, I mean the thing is, stats don't really lie. I personally think that. Um, no, I don't. I mean, I don't think that. I just think it's like what Jeff said. I think they're both decent left backs with different things going forward, like Digne from set pieces, from corners, free kicks, and all that stuff, and his delivery. That's what he's got going on for him. I think he's technically better than Robertson, but if you want to take a look at trophy cabinets and medals in the cabinets and different records and stats, then there's an argument for Robertson for that too. So, but we're always gonna have the banter. We're always gonna have that. Oh yeah, no, Delph's getting a little feisty in there. Yellow card, but yeah, see that's what I like about Delph. Delph just. What's your last name? Anthony Robertson. Oh yeah, no, that's a dirty challenge by Delph. That's naughty. But Delph was just giving it to him, just giving it to all of our players just then. I think he's pretty much saying that we're shit. But yeah, Delph needs to calm it down. Lobbed into the box. Yeah, Insanity Gomez is injured, and I think we can clearly see that. Oh, Ake. Oh well, I'm really low on vape juice. Oh come on, Blues. Let's do something before halftime. Okay, this has really not been great so far. We've had chances. We've all had our chances. Oh, there we go. Coleman breaking away down the right-hand side. But no, crossed into the box is shockingly shit as usual. And there wasn't even anybody in there anyways, so. Coleman to Richarlison. Back to Schneiderlin. Schneiderlin shitball into the box. Oh, we went all the way. We just had a throw in on the far right side of the Bournemouth defensive side, and we went all the way back to Jordan Pickford. See, and here's the thing: I'm not going to moderate what people are saying if it's super personal based. But I mean, that's one thing I always hear is that, Liverpool don't have any supporters in the city of Liverpool. But I don't live there. I'm not around it, so. Josh King, just giving it to Seamus again. Into the box, lays it off. Billing. No, I mean we're not closed. We're just not fast enough to close any of this down. We're standing off too much. We're giving them too much time on the ball, and we're just not picking players up as they come in. Like Schneiderlin just looks towards Billing, and then he's way off the pace. Way off the pace. It's like an airport. I get what you're saying with that comment. Many tourists from many destinations. Okay, let's push forward, guys. There's only like 2 minutes left in the half. Unicorns are real. What are you telling me, that Schneiderlin just scored? Oh, you're telling me Dominic Calvert-Lewin scored. Richarlison, ball into the box. Calvert-Lewin, got him! Got him! Well, maybe Dominic Calvert-Lewin should have started, right, everybody? Calvert-Lewin, get in. Get in. And again, Richarlison. I got Richarlison in my fantasy team, by the way, so there's an assist for me. But yeah, towering header. Towering header. Get in. Get in. Look at that. Brilliant. Beautiful. It's a great ball into the box. Let's say that. And he just climbed all over. I'm surprised they don't go to the VAR for that and say that he was climbing and disallow the goal. Arian, welcome back, my friend. How are you doing? We got another Arsenal supporter in here earlier, too. I don't know if they're still here, but if you're new, guys, after this, if you're new, if you're not subscribed, if you enjoyed that goal by Dominic Calvert-Lewin, if you're happy to see that Everton scored, if you're enjoying your time here, please give us a like. Please give us a subscribe. We're here for you. I'm here for you. Oh, you got Richie in too, yeah? I got Richie and Luca, so hopefully we can get a Jeff. I'm gonna read your comment out, and this may be the way it came out, but the type of, I just came when we scored too. It just sounds a little dirty, but if that's what happens, if you're that big of an Evertonian, you're that big of a Blues fan, that happens when we score, I'm not going to knock you for it. Am I? Iwobi's doing decent. He offers us something different than Bernard. He's not better than Bernard. They're two different players, obviously stature-wise, play style-wise, and all that. But I think he's done it. I think he's really freed up Sigurdsson in the middle, and I also think that he. Let's see. Oh, okay, no, I get it. Okay, so we've got everybody's just popping off. Yeah, right, okay. Yeah, it's hard to keep, okay. So 1-1 at halftime. Great goal by Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Callum Wilson's goal probably should have been VAR'd off. It looked like it was not only offside but also handball, but It's 1-1. Dominic Calvert-Lewin haters, you still got a point, obviously, but he might not be clinical with his feet, but with that height and with that power, it's a great goal. Yeah, timing's everything in life, right? That's one of the things I always said. I think if anyone says, what's the most important trait or what's the most important thing in life, it's timeliness. But for me, just like that goal, that's about timing. Like if we would have gone in 1-0 down, could have been a little disheartened, but we score right before the break. Bournemouth have now got something to think about. We've got some confidence going in. All that good stuff. But, yeah, so, I mean, Aryan, lack of identity is obvious. Not, that's not to be condescending or patronizing, but you look at what we've done. We had Moyes for all those years. Yeah, just read some concept. But we had Moyes for so long, and we had no money. So we'd get try and get decent players at decent wages, try and grow them, try and eke every single little bit of potential and talent out of them that we could. We let the team grow old together. So that used to be our identity was we kept players like Cahill, like Fellaini, Neville, Hibbert, Distan. Like we had the same nucleus for the longest time. Baines, Pienaar. And so then that started to fall apart after Moyes made the horrible decision to go to Manchester United. And so that was our identity, was Moyes, the lack of money, the always punching above our weight. And then we went to Martinez, where he brought a whole bunch of players in from Wigan, and we played decent football going forward, scored lots of goals, but the defensive side of it was shit. And then brought in Ronald Koeman. Then we got a little bit of money. Then our identity was basically a whole bunch of old players that have been there for the longest time, trying to infuse new blood into the team, like Lukaku, and then getting rid of the deadwood that Martinez brought in. And then the whole Koeman thing goes to shit because we bring in Klaassen, we bring in Sandro, we bring in Vlasic, we bring in Rooney, we bring in Cuco Martina, and then we go from there. And so then we do that, and in that one season we had Koeman was gone, bought in Unsworth. He had a different strategy, different way of doing things. And then we bring in Allardyce. So when Allardyce is in there, you've already got all these players. And then Marco Silva comes in. Evertonian TV, hello, welcome. And so at the start of last season with Marco Silva, you've got Moyes players, you've got Martinez players, you've got Koeman players, you've got Allardyce players, you've got some Marco Silva players. To get an identity out of that, a way of playing, a tactics, squad depth, quality depth, all that stuff is what we're working on. Last season, I think it was basically establishing how we want to play with the players that we've been given or that are left over. So that's why you'll constantly see the 4-2-3-1. I was just watching the replay for the handball. There was no handball. Wayne Looney. Hello, everybody. And so, it's hard to form an identity when you're switching and chopping and changing managers unless, you're kind of like Watford and you just constantly cycle through managers, but the same players are there. You're going to play the same style of football. Like if the style of football comes from the top down and you say, okay, we're always going to play a 4-3-3 or we're going to play a 3-4-3 or whatever, and we're going to use these players. You just got to bring a coach in and say, you're going to play this way. These are the players that you've got. You just go from there. But then also don't forget about, Steve Walsh and his spending of money, and the Mashiri in that first part when we had money. Now we've got Marcel Brands. You've got the identity comes from not only the team and the structure, right, and the squad. It also comes from the synergy and the partnership of the director of football and the head coach knowing exactly what you want to do. So Marco can say, I want to play this formation, I want to play this type of football. And Marcel says, oh, okay, I agree with that. That's the direction we're going. We're both on the same page. I'll go get you players to fit into that system. So for a long-term plan, like people were saying, let me just see. Yeah, no, I mean, I'll get back to it. I mean, the academy is one thing, but you look at Chelsea, like, if you want to have an academy like Chelsea and you have 30 to 40 players out on loan at different times, most of them will probably come good. You look at players like Mason Mount, you look at players like Tammy Abraham, look at players like, who else did they got this come through? Who scored yesterday for Chelsea? Their centre back that we were interested in, Tomori. Lots of decent players who can come through, but we need to get him into the first team. And Adelon Luckman's come through in recent times, but his work ethic and the sulky, pouty, got his cob on all the time. So he's gone to Leipzig. German football's problem. You got Tom Davis, Dominic Calvert-Lewin that's come through the system, John Joe Kenny. So it's hit or miss sometimes. But if you're gonna form an identity, and it all depends what you want. If you just want to be a regular Premier League club that finishes somewhere between 7th and 12th, you just kind of have a decent cup run. You want to loaf around and just stay in the Premier League. That's one thing. But we were getting Champions League football under Moyes. We got Europa League football under Martinez and under Koeman. Like, we should be playing in European competition. We've got the money now, we've got the backing, we've got plans for the new stadium, obviously. So that all becomes part of the identity. And it can't just be bringing in players like Aruna Kone and, Cenk Tosun. Not to bash Cenk Tosun, but that's definitely one thing that was an Allardyce signing. Theo Walcott was a Sam Allardyce signing. So, identity starts last season with, okay, who does Marco Silva rate? Who fits into his way of playing? And what way does Marco Silva want to play? Yeah, I know we bought him from Sheffield United, but still, he still had to play in the under-21s and still had to play in the reserve team. So, he got coached and brought through, obviously. Yeah, like and subscribe if you're new, by the way. But yeah, back onto identity. It's a really tough thing to settle in. It has to come from a season like what's Manchester City's identity? Get the best manager, get the best players, win lots of games, win lots of trophies. Like, that's the identity, right? If you talk to some Manchester City, their big thing is Champions League, right? Like, you can win the league, you can win the domestic treble, but the next step for them is winning the Champions League. With their identity is a checkbook team. Manchester United is identity is basically, for 25 years or so, it was Alex Ferguson winning everything, and that was their identity, and they've been trying to hold on to that for the past 6 years after going through Moyes, going through Van Gaal, going through Jose. Like, their identity is basically nothing right now. Or their identity is that the Glazers and Ed Woodward and all those people don't spend money. They're just trying to market the team, make money marketing-wise, become a global brand, or maintain themselves as a global brand, and not really giving a shit about what goes on the pitch, not buying a midfielder, not replacing Lukaku and Sanchez. That's their identity, is a bunch of non-money spending, greedy bastards that are living off past results and championships, but they're not really that great. Like and describe. But no, I mean, I'm not going to really get on Marco Silva until the end of next season, because I understand. I'm sure everyone understands too. With especially with the Arsenal supporter that's in here. Look at what your identity was under Wenger, right? Great going forward most of the time. Defensively, not that great, and that kind of follows you through. And Emery hasn't really done much to change that, if you get what I'm saying. Like, a lot of people I hear talk about Arsenal, it's like, oh, I thought Wenger was still manager with the decisions that are being made. That it's not addressed, and you can't address those things over a matter of months or even 1-2 seasons. So our identity has to be. Okay, let's see. But yeah, like I think last season for us was Marco picking the players that he wants to play, because I really think he wants to play a 4-3-3. That's why we wanted to get Zaha in, so it didn't happen. We got Iwobi, we got Moise Ken, we've got Richarlison, we've got Bernard, like a proper 4-3-3 that we want to play. So getting a style of football, because basically, difference between a reputation and identity is reputation is, Goodison Park's a fortress. The fans are always up for it. The crowd get behind us. So it's not the reputation that we have, and it's based on stats, obviously. But at home, we're great. Away from home, we're not that great. We need to improve on our away form. We need to improve in our away performances. We need to have more squad depth and more quality depth, because when players come in, if it's we do Wobie for Bernard, it's not too much of a drop off in quality. Other positions, maybe Coleman and Sidibe, not that much of a drop off. So you really need decent players in decent positions, and then being consistent. Oh yeah, I mean, on paper we're a top 6 team, right? Compared to some other teams like Manchester United, maybe. I'm not going to throw Arsenal in because I think they're top 4, but they are like with Chelsea, if our identity can't keep being a whole bunch of different players from different managers and us chopping and changing and trying to find our way. Like Marco's decided, this is how I want to play. These are the type of players that I need. Marcel's also said, okay, well, I'll get you those type of players. It might be a 2 or 3 season process, but that's what we're going for. We're not going to kick you out. We're not going to freak out if we have a bad run of form. Yeah, like Arsenal, it all depends on the manager what they want as an identity, right? Because like if you look at Mourinho for Manchester United, like he loved his Lukaku's, he loved his Matic's, he loved his Marwan Fellaini's, he loved his Scott McTominay's. Like people like certain types of players. And a classic example for identity would be Harry Redknapp. For right, every team he went to Tottenham, he went to Portsmouth. How many players followed him to those places? You look at Jermaine Defoe. You look at what's his name, Nico Cranshaw. You look at Crouch. You look at lots of different players. Like they always just go to a different team and they take players with them. So, I mean, managers have their own individual identities and how they want to play, but I think as a club identity, that's what you want to have. And we're slowly finding what ours is a high-pressing team that likes to get on the board, that can express itself, likes to be creative, likes to give it a go against the top 6 teams, likes to, should be slapping bottom of the league or mid-table or lesser teams easily. But right now, that's not our identity. Our identity is that we can go out there and we can slap Manchester United 4-0 at home. We can go around and, slap Chelsea 2-0 at home. We can get a win, or we can get a draw at home against Liverpool, and then we go away, like last season, we go away to Fulham and lose 2-0 and bottle a 2-goal lead at Newcastle and lose 3-2 and don't make Europe. Like, that's identity / reputation, and it's time for the second half. I was talking way too much during that, obviously. So I didn't actually get myself a beverage. I just need to reload the stream because... Not this stream, the stream I'm watching the game on. Okay. Yes, I would say I'm satisfied with what Marco said. I'm always one for consistency and one for long-term planning, chopping and changing managers, bringing in old hats. into the club like Allardyce. Like we don't temporary fixes have to be done. You know, I'm willing to take some years of not disappointment, but learning on the job, I guess you would say. Players fitting in, you know, that's a foul, that's a terrible foul on Delph. But maybe they're just trying to kick 10 bells of shit out of him so they can get him all riled up so he gets a second yellow and gets sent off. I'm watching the match on NBC SN on the Fubo.tv app. But no, I'm happy with Silver. You know, he made some mistakes last season. The game against Newcastle, some of his substitutions, some of his formations, some of his selections, all that. And last season, obviously, we had Iwobi on the run. Luca Dean looks up. Luca Dean trying to take on his man. Goes out for, looks like a throw-in or a corner, probably a throw-in. You know, it took us a while to get Mina in the team. It took a while to get Andre Gomez in the team. It took us a while to get Bernard in the team. So, you know, last season was just getting players bedded in, and all those players worked out. Luca Dean, you know, kicked Baines out of his position after 3 games. Andre Gomez got in the team, and it was a little hit or miss, but he got his confidence back. Became a fan favorite. Bernard, once he was fit, technically a great player. I just need to improve on his finishing. Needs to improve on his final product. But Sigurdsson, that's a good piece of play around the left side there. Luca Dean and Iwobi working together wonderfully. But yeah, last season was just about finding out who fits where. Getting rid of the deadwood, and that's again what we did in the summer. Getting rid of the deadwood, getting players in that we really want, that are going to be here for the future. So you look at Iwobi, you look at Moise Ken, people that you've sold a dream to, or sold ambition to, sold a vision to, that are going to be here if we get into Bramley Moore Dock. A good nucleus of players, and then adding every now and then. Dean, did he hit over his right foot? I'll tell you what, Luca Dean's got a hell of a right foot on him too. But yeah, I'm excited. Like 2 seasons ago, during the Coman, Unsworth, and Gravy Train season, like Bernard came on a free transfer from Shakhtar Donetsk after that league completely fell apart. Hey, you guys need to let me know about updating the score, because you didn't even let me know that I didn't upgrade the Everton score. I mean, I should be on top of that, I'm assuming. But I guess we're having too much of a good discussion to get involved, but I need to to be a high quality content creator, I have to be and pay attention to these things, obviously. There we go. I should probably do that in white though, right? Jeez. Yeah, I didn't plan for very much, as I was up kind of late last night, doing a lot of Pez stuff. Okay, but there we go. All back to being good. There we go. It's the Kush. Who's getting down on that Kush? Yeah, we've come out this first 5 minutes and we've been completely dominant. See, and after people ask me the question, I'm even more excited for this game now that we can come back and win, because that'll be part of the identity, be part of the reputation that we can have, is that we used to not be able to go away from home and get results. We weren't able to come from behind and win games. So, we can get that off our back if we come back and win this game. That could be part of the identity, the strong, determined, gutsy team that we want to have, and not just the underdog type mentality. Just we had a setback, but we've got enough quality, we've got enough belief, we've got enough desire that we can come back and win a game. Most overrated transfer. I mean, I would, based on price tag, it could possibly be Maguire, just because, 80 million, but you're paying for Premier League team to Premier League team, obviously. You're paying because it was so late in the transfer window. You're paying because he's an English talent, but overrated. There weren't really too many big transfers. João Felix maybe, but that's one for the future, I think. That's just Atletico Madrid doing what they do. Now you've got Maguire stuck in my head for all that stuff. Let's think. Yeah, I'll just go with Harry Maguire based solely on price and the fact that it's not a signing that Manchester United needed to make, right? Like, yes, their defense was kind of shocking when you've got Smalling and Jones and Rojo in there, and Lindelof's really their only good centre back. So yeah, you spend money, you bring in Maguire, and it shores up the defense. But their midfield is absolutely shocking too. Scott McTominay, Andreas Pereira, Juan Mata, basically who plays for them. Fred can't seem to get a game. Pogba is hit or miss. I got certain issues with Pogba, as a footballer. Nothing else really besides that. But he's another player that needs to have. He's an amazing player that needs amazing players around him, which you can see when he plays for France. But in the middle of the park was where they needed to strengthen. Like, they were in for Bruno Gomez, Bruno Fernandes. They were in for players like Scott Longstaff. They were in for other players. That's where they needed to address it. And they also, if you're going to let Lukaku go, you're going to let Sanchez go. You have to replace them. So I don't rate Rashford very highly. I think Martial is a decent player, but so Maguire being overrated and overhyped, I think that's actually true. Oh, Pickford. Oh. But yeah, I can't really think of any other big transfers that have been a bust so far this season. I don't think Pickford's underrated by pundits and people that actually know what they're talking about. People just try and compare him to, if you look at it in the Premier League, it will be over the top. Oh, it was a decent ball and decent look from Iwobi there, but Keane just headed the ball into Schneiderlin and it just bounced off, and now Bournemouth are on the attack. But it's like 3-on-5. Like, we should have this covered. Yeah, we are living dangerously. But you look at Allison, Brazilian player, Ederson, Brazilian player. Both play in teams that have decent defenses, and they're really good with their feet, and they have that certain stigma or that certain reputation that goes along with them. Heavy, big price tag. Jordan Pickford, obviously, only really. Oh, sorry, the goalmouth scramble offside. Yeah, I mean, like Pickford is a good goalkeeper at the end of the day. I think he's matured. I think Silva had a talk with him about his over exuberance, like we saw when he went to Newcastle. And his erratic kicking sometimes, and his getting overly excitable. But no, he's a great goalkeeper. He's a great shot stopper. He's good with his feet. He can pick a pass. I mean, look at that pinged pass that he just played right there, 60 yards, flicked on. Here goes Richarlison. And then we go from front to back and we're up the park. Oh, see, look at this. Bournemouth are panicking. They're making the substitution 11 minutes into the half. Fraser's coming on. Who's going off? Harry Wilson's going off. Fraser's coming on. But I mean, you listen to, shithawks like Souness. You listen to other people that, if you can take agenda out of football and look at stuff, unbiasedly and actually through the guise of the all-around player, and you take where they were born or who they played for out of it. Jordan Pickford is England's number one. Tom Heaton's not better. Nick Pope's not better. Jack Butland is not better than Jordan Pickford. He's our number one, and Stecklenburg is not better. Lurso is not better. No, Luca Dean's going to get a yellow card. Nick Pope is as good as Pickford. Come on. I'm not having that. Not having that, Pepper. Not having it. But yeah, every time that there's a goal, every time that there's a goalkeeper, like when De Gea is always not signing a contract, or when De Gea is having a slip in form, we always hear rumors about Pickford going to United. If Lloris is possibly on the way out or something happens with Lloris, it's always, they could go in for Pickford because they think they can, just lure Pickford away from us and, offer 50, 60 million and get Pickford. Pickford's always the first goalkeeper, at least in the Premier League, that's always linked with teams that are better than, are seen as better than us and higher up in the table than we are. No, I think he's rated correctly. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, 2-on-1. Yeah. We need to capitalize on this offense. And we've got him under the cosh right now. Eugene McGeever, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the chat. I'm not worried about Pickford leaving. I think Pickford's here for the vision and for the ambition and for the journey to Bramley-Moore Dock. The question is, though, what's going to happen first? Are Everton going to move into Bramley-Moore Dock, or am I going to get to 1,000 subs? Oh, beautiful play. Oh, Dean's getting in plenty of space. His final product has just been a little bit off today. It's great play again. See, that interchanging play between Dean and Wobie and Sigurdsson is something that I'm really enjoying because Dean's on the outside. Usually if it's Dean and Bernard, it's just Bernard to Dean, Bernard comes inside, plays it back to Dean. But now we've got Dean playing to a Wobie playing to Sigurdsson, Sigurdsson back out to Luca Dean, and a Wobie getting into the box. So I think we're doing more three-person triangles, more three-person fluid movements than just... Oh, VAR. VAR is going to a penalty. I'm going to take a look at this. Did he handball it in the box? Well, let's have a look at it then. It's not a penalty. They've just got a VAR. They're just taking a look at VAR to see if Fraser handballed it in the box. But it looks like it hit him up here on the chest. So, but Cook's also down injured. So let's just all take some time. I'll take some time to relax a little bit. No, there's no penalty. It was just a VAR penalty check because the ball came up and hit Fraser. It looked like it bounced off. It looked like it bounced off his arm here, but it just hit his chest and bounced off. So that's about it. Oh no, I'm not saying that Pickford a world beater, or that he'd get into the Real Madrid team, or that he'd play for Barcelona, or he'd get into the Bayern Munich team. You know, it's horses for courses, and I think that Pickford is a good fit mentally, age wise, and play style wise to be at Everton. Well, look at Schneidlin there. Yep. See you later. Hope you guys win today. You should win against Watford, right? Like it should be just a foregone conclusion. But thanks for stopping in. Thanks for your contributions to chat. Everybody say goodbye to Liam. Thanks for the subscription, by the way. And if you are new, again, subscribe. Give us a like. Let me know that I'm doing at least a somewhat decent job of entertaining you and allowing the chat to flow. Iwobi in the middle of the park. Ooh, tried to thread the ball through to Dominic Calvert-Lewin. See, now this is going to come down. This is going to be a decision for... Oh, I was close from Steve Cook. Almost did a con man Cody and overhit the pass back to or he underhit that pass back, and Calvert-Lewin almost pounced, but now they recovered. I forget what I was like. Oh, what Marco Silva's going to do in the next 5 to 10 minutes with substitutions. I mean, Calvert-Lewin has scored. Do we? I mean, we obviously go for it, right? Like this is where we have to be different than other teams. If we want to be a top 6 team, if we want to challenge for Europe, we have to go out and win these games. So the emphasis has to be on offensive substitutions to get ourselves a winner. We're not just hanging on for a point here. That's going to be unacceptable to me if we hang on for a point. But what does Marco do? Do you take off Schneiderlin and maybe bring on Tom Davis? Bring on Moise Ken for Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I don't think you can take Iwobi off and bring on Bernard, but maybe take off Sigurdsson and put Bernard in the number 10 role. All these decisions are going to have to be made in the next 10 minutes if we're going to try and win this game. Because possession-wise, offensively-wise, we've dominated the second half. Do I see Eddie Howe managing a top club? Richarlison yellow card. I would like to see him be a manager at a top club, but he's a young English manager, and how many young English managers gets into a top 6 club? Not many. So I mean, he'd have to do something really, 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 really exceptional to have a club that would want to be in a rebuild type thing. I think they couldn't have done it. I mean, I would have personally taken Eddie Howe over Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at Manchester United. Like, if you were going to actually have a solid rebuild, and you had to bring in new players, you wanted to bring in a new strategy, you wanted to go a different direction with the way your team played and the club's direction, you'd bring in somebody like an Eddie Howe. Wow. 2-1, Bournemouth. Fraser scores from a free kick. It just goes all the way through the wall. Absolutely criminal. So he just smacks it. It goes all the way through. Absolutely fucking horrible. Yeah, Fabian Delph, own goal, Fabian Delph. Fabian Delph, for all of his competitions and all of his medals and all of his experience, decides to swing at an in-swinging ball with his left foot instead of his right. So that's 2 set pieces that we've literally given away 2 goals from. And Bournemouth don't deserve that. They don't deserve that at all. Absolutely shocking. So I got to change the score again. Absolutely disgraceful. Yeah, like this is like typical of what we do as an Everton football club. This is the identity that we have right now, and the reputation that we have right now is we play well, we don't take our chances, we don't create enough chances, and we end up losing or drawing games. Like, this has to be addressed. Yep, brilliant 1 minute, decent for a long period of the game, and then one defensive lapse, one defensive cock-up, and now we're losing 2-1 to Bournemouth. Bournemouth, who got spanked by Leicester, who got spanked by Manchester City, who barely got a win at Aston Villa. And there's 21 minutes left to salvage this. And again, it's 2 set pieces. The first one, an incoming corner, flicked on at the near post. Nobody at the front post to challenge it. There's nobody at the back post to do anything. An absolute disaster. And then that was just a free kick smashed across the floor, went through everybody, and Delph deflects it past Jordan Pickford, who can't do anything about it. So, you know. Well, Moise, Ken, and Bernard are coming on. So who's coming off? Dominic Calvert-Lewin's coming off for Moise Ken. That's obvious. And who is coming off for Bernard? Sigurdsson. See, that's what I was saying. I wanted to see it. Put Bernard in number 10 behind instead of Sigurdsson, Moise Ken up top. This right here, besides the Schneiderlin for Gomez, because Gomez injured, this is the lineup that I wanted to go with from the very start of the game. This front four, Richarlison on the right, Iwobi on the left, Bernard playing in the number 10 role, and Moise Ken up top. So let's just see how this goes. Let's see if Silva made the right decision. Why is my phone blowing up? Three 3-1. Callum Wilson 3-1. Really? This is pathetic. Again, it's just another long ball over the top, defensively fucking woeful. Seriously. How does that even get through? Three goals from Bournemouth and three because defensively we were absolutely fucking shocking. This is banter. Absolutely horrible. Yeah, Marco should be pissed. This isn't anything to do with Marco Silva, not his lineup, not his tactics, nothing. This is all on players. Like, I'm absolutely fucking shocked by this. But why should I be surprised? Why should I be surprised? I'll just change these scores, yeah. Yeah, completely dominant. Yeah. So now we're just going to get bantered all over the place. See, I mean, Jeff, it is hard work, but it's how quickly it's the same things. 3 goals because defensively we fell asleep 3 fucking different times. Michael Keane and Yerry Mina no even close to anything right there. No, nobody has done anything defensively today to make it worthwhile. Well, I mean, hey, maybe we've got 15 minutes. Maybe we can at least salvage a draw from this game. Let's see. Let's see if we can have a decent comeback and salvage a point from this. Because I'm not going to be happy if we lose this. By the way, and you don't know who Archie the Wolf is. This is exactly the type of game and result to where Archie the Wolf has to come out. There's no denying it. Absolutely shocking. Absolutely shocking. And not from an offensive point of view either. But defensively, I'm almost speechless. Like, we were having such a good time. We were having such a good time. We were having such a good conversation. It's all been ruined by the performance of Everton. See, now we're just falling apart offensively. Ugh, jeez. It's fucking shocking. Oh, and I get up so early and lose sleep and give up doing other things to watch this. But that's why we do it. It is tough being an Evertonian. You know what? Let's just close this down for a second. Not the stream, but let's go and look at some comments from other Blues. Let's take a look here. Starting from the top. We're conceding goals an under 10s team would be ashamed of. That's true. Even more frustrating is this is probably the most vulnerable the top six have ever been, and we continue to shit the bed. I agree with that. Given how poor this game is going, we need to see Keane and the team to show heart and final fifth. I'm glad we just always bottle it in these situations, and I have zero expectations. You can go ahead and say that. Yeah, you have to go to work after this. I don't know how I'd get through that. I'd be super pissed. How do 4 defenders forget about the fucking striker? That's true. Well, this guy even says that Silva's job has to be on the line if the away form continues. This was so predictable. Results like this, Villa and Palace are simply not good enough. I could agree with that. Yep, okay, so somebody's been up for 22 hours to watch this shit. I don't know where they live, Australia maybe, somewhere in Asia. That's embarrassing. Stayed up until 2:30 a.m. for this. Oh yeah, that's great. As if we're so poor at defending from set pieces that we've just conceded from a wide free kick. We find new ways to out-Everton ourselves all the time. Biggest battle job, Everton Football Club. Hey, I can't sit here and argue with you. I'm not going to sit here and try and say that it was unfair. No, we got absolutely turned over because our defense was shit. First one, the corner, flicked on, unchallenged header from the near post by Solanke. To the back post where there was nobody being marked, and they score from that. Second one, quick free kick taken, smashed into the box with power, goes through everybody. Delph deflects it behind Pickford for a goal, and then 4 players go to sleep. Digne's all the way up the park. Mina and Keane fall asleep and don't have a fucking clue. Callum Wilson just strolls in. It's 3-1. Like, Yeah, no, it. Welby just had his shot saved. Richarlison puts it wide. Ramsdale's had a good game. I'll give him that, but we just don't take our chances. Oh, here comes Walcott for Richarlison. Okay, I mean, yes, I'm vaping, Arian. Trying to. I quit cigarettes a long time ago, and I've quit a whole bunch of other things in my life. So vaping's the only thing I have left. So yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's not so much the lack of having somebody to start as a central defender. It's the lack of competition. Because all you've got really back there is Mina, Keane, and Mason Holgate all challenging for positions. Oh, your friends vape, but they never smoke. So do they have like the 0 milligram vape juice because they're like edge lords, or they think it's cool? I mean, I got nothing wrong with that. If you want to spend your money and vape, no problem with that. It's just I've always wondered why some people like to vape when they don't even smoke or don't take nicotine. I just find that kind of strange and weird. But then again, I've known people too that like to wear glasses that don't need glasses or contact lenses. They just think they're super cool having just regular pieces of plastic in, you know. Yeah, it is a mentality thing. Yeah, I don't think that having lacking Gomez again and having Schneiderlin in there is just not enough. It's not enough to have Schneiderlin and Delph in there. It doesn't offer us enough going forward. It doesn't benefit us any way, shape, or form. If the defense is gonna bottle it like they have today, then what's the point of having a defensive midfielder to just pass the ball 5 yards either way? Like I'm literally feel kind of sick in my stomach right now because it is a mentality thing. It's a not paying attention thing. It's a lack of focus thing. And now we're just hoofing it forward and just hoping something sticks. And we don't take enough of our chances. And there we go. And now everyone's just yelling at each other. Keane's just having a go at somebody after he just kicked it from about literally the halfway line. Oh, I just want this game to be over. I really just want it to be over. It's so frustrating. So horrible. Because again, it's an offensive inefficiency and it's defensive lack of quality. It's like it's at both ends of the park today. Both ends of the park. And now Bernard's just playing 50-50 balls to nowhere and goes out of play. Like, it's just all a complete shambles. No, we can't. No, Jack, we can't sack Marco Silva. Who are we going to bring in? What's the point? What's the point of having him all last season, investing money in, what are we at now? 12, 13, 14 players that we've brought in while him and Brands have been here. All bought in for a style of football. All bought in for a certain purpose. Swapping and changing managers, we're not doing that right now. These are things we have to learn and improve on. But we're just not doing it. I mean, Crystal Palace 0-0 away, not taking our chances. You know, first game of the season, moderately acceptable. Losing away to Aston Villa 2-0 is unacceptable on so many different levels. But you hope you would learn from that. And then again, away from home against Bournemouth, a team that's going to finish below us in the league, that only survive in the Premier League because they go on certain streaks, and teams like Everton allow them to get 3 points at home. Leicester will probably do the same thing against them. West Ham will probably, they'll get turned over by the top 6 teams. They'll probably lose to the teams below them, but the teams that are in and around them, and teams that are going to finish somewhere between 7th and 10th. So yeah, like your West Hams, your Wolves, your Leicesters, your Evertons, they're probably going to take 3 points at home. That's 12 points a season. 12 points a season there. That's like, what, a quarter of the points that you need to survive in the Premier League. That's how Bournemouth survive. And we just give it to them. We gave them 3 points today because of lack of focus, lack of knowing how to do anything. Yep, urgency again. Like you can't just turn it on when you're losing. That's not how it works. Manchester City can do that. Liverpool can do that because they've got the quality of players. You saw yesterday. Well, not with Manchester City, but usually if Manchester City go behind, they just say, okay, you score 1, we'll score 4. You know, Liverpool didn't even look anywhere close to losing that game yesterday. Yeah, Newcastle got an early goal. Yeah, they went 1-0 down, but there's enough quality. There's enough Firmino, Mane, Salah, Oxlade-Chamberlain. There's enough in there to know that you can get a result. When we go behind away from home, or even if we're drawing away from home, I just don't want to talk about it anymore. It's the same stuff we had all last season. It's the same problems we had before. Different players, different formations, different this. It's a mentality thing. Okay, 2 minutes to go. Let's just get this over with. Just get this over and done with. I hope Marco lays into him in this press conference. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to lay into him in my match reaction. And like I said, it's going to be Archie the Wolf. Where? I don't even know where the stuff is. Hold on. Gonna say, see, here's the problem, right? People always say, oh, Archie the Wolf mascot. He's embarrassing us. Everton are already an embarrassment. Everton are already this. You know what? This is why it has to happen. Because if Everton are going to embarrass us, I'll just embarrass myself by putting on the Wolf mask, right? Yeah. You know what? I'll be like, oh, look at that. Yeah. Oh, look at this stupid Everton. I don't care. This is clown school away form that we have going out. It's the same problem every single time that we play away from home. Not enough urgency, not enough grit and determination. You can't go 1-0 down or go 2-1 down and then decide to start playing. All the possession in the world is one thing. all the attacking, if you're not taking your chances at one end of the park and you're completely bottling it defensively and everything else on the defensive side of the ball, the lack of focus, the lack of paying attention, because those are three really soft goals that we just gave up. And bottom line is, it is unacceptable. So yeah, I'll wear a mask. I don't care. 5 minutes of extra time, this is what we have to go with. Jeez. I would tell you to try and enjoy yourself at work, Jeff, but I don't think you're gonna. Or maybe you can. Maybe you can focus on it. Yeah, no. Our defense has packed it in. I have no doubt that they packed it in. I just want to get out of this, but I'm going to stay around till the end of the game. But yeah, this mess too hot, and I just don't really want to get. So we see a really big vaping wolf. Let's just see. Yeah, no, now we're just fucking around. I've had enough of this. I don't even want to play any Pez today. I don't want to do anything after this. I'm thoroughly disappointed. And I got to do a match review for this channel, obviously. I'm going to do one for a Toffee, the Toffee TV channel. And I'm going to do it all in Wolf Mesh thing. I don't know, we're just a banter club at the end of the day, right? Same old problems, same old situations. I didn't even put them over the wolf ears. Yeah, this just all going to shit. Yeah, no, I can't have this mask on. Okay. Yeah, too little, too late. Never looked like coming back. I mean, because all of the onus was on us, right? We scored right before the half. That changed the game completely. Changed the mentality of the game. It should have changed the mentality of the game. We come out, second half, dominate possession, dominate on the offensive side of the ball. But yeah, now they're just making substitutions and milking the game. I mean, just pass it around and just lay us off the park. But no, Silva needs to rip into him. I'm talking raw and dry inside him. Oh. So disheartened. So disheartened by this performance. Yeah, when you're having a good spell in a game where it looks like the opponent, especially away from home, is on the ropes, they're under the cosh, you have to take advantage of it. And we just don't. Not clinical enough. Not taking our chances enough. I mean, we can look at the stats after the game. Now everyone's just getting booked. It's just not good enough at any level. I mean, some of the goals that all of the goals that we conceded were absolutely disgraceful. That's game over. All right. Shit result. We could have gone to 10 points. Could have been high up the label. Could have been in the top 4 by the end of the weekend. Didn't take our chances. Defensively, we were woeful. We missed Gomez today, obviously. Not clinical enough, not dangerous enough in the final third. Everyone that stopped in today, I appreciate it. I really do. It's too bad about the result, but we had some good chats. We had some good conversations. We had some good banter. Thank you for the subscriptions. Thank you for the likes. If you haven't subscribed and you haven't liked, please do that within the next couple of minutes before I end this. Should have a match reaction up later today. It's not going to be pretty. I'm going to need some time to... Yeah, Archie the Wolf's coming. There's no doubt about it. Archie the Wolf's coming. That's all we can do. That's the reason there is Archie the Wolf. If we have a good game, like we did against Wolves, if we have a decent performance, then I've got no problems. If we tried hard, if we were defensively strong, if we just, created lots of chances but didn't take them when we were unlucky, that's a different thing. But this is woo time. So again, thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. I'll be back next week for the watch along. There'll be videos during the week because losses are a lot easier to make videos for and content for, besides when things are going well. But yeah, thank you everybody for watching, and I will see you in the next video.